my friends, what's going on? Hey, it's Gene. Get up and get out with Gene. Get up and get out. I think I do that kind of funny. I don't know, what do you think? My wife does it pretty well. She's getting into it lately, doing this. But yeah, so how are we doing today? Hey, I just got back from a walk with the dog. As you can tell, I'm sweating a little bit. It's like, probably, let me see, hold on. It's still 87 degrees. It's just about 7 o'clock in the evening here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Sitting in the backyard here and thought I'd do a video at a different time of day, just sitting in the yard. What do you think? Is that cool with you? I feel like, it's funny, I asked you a question and then I jump right into something else. And I apologize for the wind. It's a bit breezy out here. I'll check it, you know, hopefully this works out well. But I feel like, what was I saying? I feel like I might be a fraud. That's what I feel like. I might be a fraud. Because lately I've been doing these videos. When I started the videos, you know, it was me getting up and getting out and walking and holding the phone and video recording me walking around the lake. You know, you can tell it's quite breezy, huh? It's quite breezy. Luckily I'm sitting down and the tripod's kind of low, so it shouldn't fall over this time. It should not fall over. But I feel like I'm a fraud in a way. I mean, there's a lot of things I could think about because I'm not eating as well as I used to. Maybe just not handling my health as good as I should be. But hey, I just came back from a walk with the dog. We did about 20 minutes or so just over to the lake and back here. As you can tell, I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating it up. It's almost 90 degrees. It's 7 o'clock at night. I guess it's summertime, huh? It's June. So whenever you're catching this video, you might be catching it down the road, years down the road. It's June 2019. Here, what's the date? It's June 17th. 2019 is when I'm doing this video here. So I hope it finds you well. But I feel kind of like a fraud because I'm sitting on my butt right now doing this video. I just found it easier, you know, and a lot of the videos I used to do when I first started out, probably the first 300 videos or whatever, maybe not even that many. But I was walking somewhere, holding the camera in the air, it's shaky, it's bouncy, I'm out of breath, you know, that type of thing. And I guess that inspired some people, you know, and I think it did, you know, and I'm hoping what I'm still doing, maybe we could just not even call it get up and get out anymore, you know, even though I'm outside and I just came back from a walk, we could just call it GuGo. GuGo, whatever that means, GuGo, right? So I hope you guys understand that, these days, something that's different that I wasn't doing before is I'm working more, you know, hanging out with the dogs and stuff. I don't really consider it working because, I mean, I get paid for it. You know, it's not a high-paying job by any means, but it's something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy being with dogs, and I'm up and about with them, cleaning up poop, you know, that type of stuff, or doing whatever I've got to do. Today I was giving a couple baths, and then I was out in the yard with the dogs. But doing that, you know, playing probably just as many gigs, if not more, than I used to. So I feel like I'm getting exercise that way, and when I can do these videos is normally if I can just find a place and a time to just chill and do these videos without any distractions is when I'm gonna do them, you know? And they used to be nice and short, didn't they? They used to be nice and short, and lately I've been just rambling on and making them long and putting them on YouTube, and because I'm hoping to build a bigger audience that way. I'm not sure if it's working yet, because I ran into somebody the other night that I had never met in person, and she handles some of the music, social media stuff up in New Bern, North Carolina. And she said, I used to watch your videos. I didn't find out why she said I used to watch your videos. Maybe because when I was doing the Facebook Live, it's easy just, if it popped on Facebook, to watch it, you know, you can jump off of it whenever you want. But I think it's cool that if I do these YouTube videos, I put them up there, they're there for however long, you know, and you can go find them, you can go through all the videos that I have without any worries, you know, you can stop, pause, come back to it, whatever. So it's not live. I found also with the live that it was somewhat of a distraction. You know, it's good to get some feedback as we're going through it, but I found myself like paying too much attention to who's saying what, who's jumping on, you know, because you could see that stuff. So this is just what I'm doing now. So I hope you don't think I'm a fraud, you know. I'm still trying to inspire or motivate in some way, any way that I can, you know, just maybe with positive words, as you know, maybe a little bit more with positive words than with action, I guess you'd say, because obviously I'm sitting on my butt right now, right? So that's that. I feel like a fraud a little bit. I hope you don't think that, but that's just the feeling that I get. But I've been rambling on for 5 minutes now and I haven't even gotten to a point. As I said, I don't edit these videos unless I really need to. If I get a phone call in the middle, it cuts the video off. But you know, so I don't edit them. I just talk and I try to come up with a topic as I'm talking. Sometimes I have a topic, a lot of times I don't. And you know, if I try to come up with a title, you know, maybe it'll come to me in the middle of the video. But hey, as I said, the wind's blowing, so if it's really noisy, I apologize. It's just the way it is. But something I'm thinking about today, and something I've been through lately, and I mean probably often, and there's probably a bunch of you that are very similar to me in this sense. I know, like my wife is, I know my son is, you know, where we feel like we want to help people. We want to help people the best we can. You know, we always want to help people. We're looking, you know, maybe we think we have a way that can help others. And then the thing is that I'm finding is most people don't want help. Most people don't want help. Most people don't want to be told what to do. Most people don't want for somebody else to give their story, you know, even though I think it's very important for us to put our stories out there. And I think when the timing is right, maybe somebody you're trying to help will catch your story or whatever. Or maybe some people that I don't even know about caught a story of mine or somebody I know, and we're able to change something about themselves. But I'm finding that if you have like somebody in mind that you're just laser focused on, that you want to help, you think you can help, you think you got all the answers, that most of the time that person or those people really truly don't want your help at this moment. And what do we do about that? What do we do? It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. That's something I'm thinking about. It's very frustrating when a person like me, I feel like I'm somewhat empathetic, you know. A lot of people get on my nerves, but I'm pretty empathetic to people that have issues or people that have problems, and maybe I can help. And maybe that's why I'm doing these videos. I always would say if I could just help one person today, or maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even need to know if I'm helping anybody, you know. I guess I don't, you know, but it's nice to know, to be quite honest with you, you know. But I feel like, you know, I've tried, you know, certain people try to help. You give everything you can, you know, a lot of energy we put out into trying to help other people. And when they don't accept it, it's very frustrating. It's very defeating. It's very just discouraging. You know what I mean? I think, I don't think we should stop though. You know, maybe we need to find a way to tone it down a little bit, or just find the right time to say things. I don't know. It's very discouraging to me if I can't help somebody when I'm trying to, you know. And there's several of you, several of my friends, family, whatever, that I want to help, you know, continue to want to help, that are just unaccepting. Pardon me, I need a drink here. Hold on. And I'm just wondering, like, I know this isn't Facebook Live anymore, but I put it on YouTube. You can leave comments. You can leave comments. You know, it's supposed to be social media, so I enjoy, you know, getting feedback from you guys. I totally enjoy that. So I want to know, like, what do we do when we're feeling defeated, we're feeling discouraged, that we aren't able to help somebody? Somebody does not want our help. You know, what do we do in those moments? What do you think? Feel free to leave a comment. You know, if you catch us when I share it on the other social media sites, feel free to leave a comment. I always appreciate that. But the thing that I'm thinking, and I try to keep as positive as possible. I'm not positive all the time. You know, I might be a fraud. You know, somebody had told me before, I do these videos just to sell my vitamins, you know. And I can honestly say I don't think I've sold a single vitamin that has helped me, you know, to anybody through these videos or anything like that. So I do these videos because I truly feel like I want to help somebody, anybody, whoever catches this video needs to hear it. You know, maybe you're catching it and you're trying to help somebody else, and maybe I can help you help them, or maybe you can share this video to help them, you know, in some way like that. So I think we need to keep going, but finding the right opportunities, the right moments, you know, to help those people I don't know if we can exactly, but I mean, like the thing I do with these videos, I just put them out there. They're there for however long YouTube's gonna stick around, and there's 540 some videos that I've done, and I'm hoping that just something I've said in one of these videos is gonna help somebody. They may not need my words today, but they may need my words from a year ago, or they may need my words from a year down the road if I'm still doing this. I can't promise you anything. So I'm just thinking, you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. Maybe lead by example. That's another thing I've tried to do. I've really thought about like leaving a legacy, mainly for my kids and everything. And I just thought these videos would help leave a legacy. Like my kids would see the things that I've tried to accomplish here, how I've tried to help people, and maybe that would push them into something greater, or maybe they'd say, hey, my dad was doing this, I want to follow through with what he was doing. Maybe my grandkids, even like down the road, great grandkids, if these videos are still about, might catch them and be like, my great grandpa was putting out these videos, did all these videos, and I'm going to follow in his footsteps now. That's kind of the reason why I do it. So it's a little self-serving for me, but I really think about just keep putting something together that I can put out there that'll help one person today. And I used to always say, before I got into these videos or anything like that, I'm still playing my music, and I still believe in this, but if a song of mine could help one person, one person today, or one person tomorrow, or one person next year, or whatever, then my life is complete. If I was put on this earth to help one person, and that happens, then I feel fulfilled as a human being. I think we're all put here with a purpose, and I think it's generally a purpose of human kindness, in a sense that we are here, to do good things ourselves and to help somebody else. Maybe put our story out there that'll be, the story that picks somebody else up out of the gutter, or picks somebody else up off the streets, or picks somebody else up, that's just fallen, it's hitting rock bottom, that type of thing, So I feel that if you're inspired to do something with your human kindness, that each of us have, I think you should keep doing it. You should find a way. I know it's discouraging, probably distracting, that type of thing when it feels like, people don't want this. People don't want to hear what you have to say. People are so wrapped up in their drama. They're so wrapped up in the news. They're so wrapped up in their Facebook news feed. They're so wrapped up in arguing with other people, behind their keyboards, on the social media. They're so wrapped up in getting butt hurt, over what somebody else says, instead of just letting it go. Let it go. You read something, you see something you don't agree with, you don't have to fight everybody. You don't have to fight everybody. All right, I'm getting itches out here. I guess it's what happens when you get up and get out and do this outdoors. But, a lot of people are just so wrapped up in their own melodrama that they can't accept the help. They'd rather have the drama because that's what they're comfortable with. And I've been there myself. I've been wrapped up in drama and confusion and negativity and just nastiness, because of other people. I've allowed myself to fall into those patterns, you know what I mean? We all fall into those patterns sometimes where we just get caught up in all the just drama and negativity going on in the world. And there's enough of that. And just to give myself a pat on the back here, I'll be honest with you, to give myself a pat on the back here, I've had people tell me that these videos are motivating and inspiring. There's so much negativity in the world that it's great to hear, what I put out there. And I know sometimes I'm just rambling on, as I said, no editing, I just do this. So a lot of people are just caught up in that. And I understand people are enjoying what I'm trying to do here, or they might get something from it, or get something from a message, or do something with it. I'm just hoping that what I'm doing inspires you to do something as well, to get up and get out, in a sense. However you want to take that, get up and get out. It doesn't have to be walking around a lake, even though I've said, get up and get out, walk your dog, but I've also said, get up, get out, help a neighbor out, shake somebody's hand, smile at somebody, hold a door for somebody, carry somebody's groceries, volunteer, whatever you got to do, because I really think that no matter what, even if people don't want to accept our kindness, that we need to still try, we need to set an example, you know, because even if somebody doesn't accept what you're trying to give right now, they may look back and say, dang, that person was trying to help me and I was pretty ignorant. You know, people have tried to help me and I've blown them off. I mean, I'll be honest with you. People have tried to help me and I've blown them off. Or people have tried to tell me, you need to go in this direction because you're really going, you know, you're going left and you should be going right, you know. And I blew them off. You know, I'm just like, I don't need you to tell me what to do. None of us like to be told what to do. Don't tell me what to do, you know. So this is the way I'm thinking about it. I put out videos after videos, you know. I only did one last week. That's all I felt like. I just didn't have the energy to do another one. You know, I don't have the energy to do one every day like I was there for a while. I'm trying to make them longer and just ramble on. So I don't know if I'll do another one this week. You know, this will just be what it is. Maybe I will if I feel the need to do it. But where was I going with that? So if we keep going, you know, somebody might recognize it. You know, somebody might recognize it, or somebody might take something from the goodness that you've chosen to give. You know, we could either choose when we wake up in the morning to have, I talked about this I think last week, attitude of gratitude, you know, and we can choose to use our kindness for humankind, you know, to give it out there, to give thanks, to give help, to give kindness, to give love, to give support, to give of yourself, give of your money, whatever, you know, and do whatever you got to do. You have that choice every morning when you wake up. You can wake up with an attitude of gratitude, and I guarantee if you wake up with an attitude of gratitude, like I talked about before, that you're going to want to get out there and do things, even if they're little things. It's all the little things, all the small things, right? All those, what's Blink 182, right? All the, is it those small things or the small things? I'll have to look that up. Maybe I'll use that as a title here. See how it works? See how it works? These videos motivate me to come up with a title. You know, all those small things, or all the small things. You know, all those small things. Like, these videos are small to me. To me, they are small. They take up just a little bit of my time, maybe even a half an hour, just to put it together and then add the intro and the outro and put it up on YouTube. It takes a little bit of time that, you know, all this extra stuff that I do to get it out onto YouTube takes a little bit of time that I can just have the phone doing while I'm doing other things. So it's small to me, but it could be big to somebody else. The fact that what I'm talking about today is giving a little bit of yourself to do the little small things, you know, little small things, you know, every day, daily. Just find something, some little things that we can do. And as I've talked about before, it creates this momentum. Like, you do one good thing for somebody, that person hopefully recognizes and does a good thing for somebody else. Or maybe they don't even recognize it, but they just do it because subconsciously it's in there that, hey, somebody did something good for me. I'm going to do that in turn for somebody else. I mean, does that make sense to you? I hope so. You know, so I just think every day, wake up with an attitude of gratitude. I don't necessarily do that every day. And today I was thinking about it. It didn't hit me until I was driving down the road, you know, going to work. I was just like a mile down the road, and all of a sudden it's like I looked out the windshield, and I was just like, thank you, God, for this beautiful day. Thank you for my family, my kids, my wife, the house we live under, you know, my extended family, my friends, the job, the dogs I get to play with, the truck that I'm driving, being able to put, you know, gas into it, being able to play music, you know, for people to entertain, that type of thing. So, I mean, that's just some of the things. And sometimes it doesn't happen right when I wake up in the morning, because a lot of us, you know, until we get our coffee or whatever, might be a little groggy, and we're not thinking, our brain's not processing yet, or the wheels aren't spinning, right? So it might take a minute. But I guarantee that if you start your day at some point in the morning, if you can, with having that gratitude and thinking about the small things, or like, what can I do today? I mean, you don't even need to make a list of what you can do today. When you see the opportunities, there's opportunities placed in front of us daily for us to do something good. I mean, just to tell somebody, hey, you know, your hair looks nice today, or hey, have you been working out? You know, you look like you're getting a little bit more fit, or what a nice smile you have, or something like, you worked hard today. Thank you for that, because you worked hard. It made my life easier, you know. And it's just those type of things that we can just comment, instead of using our mouths and our social media for negativity, that maybe we can just say something nice to somebody else, you know. I'm going to tell you, I'm not perfect either, and sometimes I say the wrong things, you know, and I'm not just going to use the excuse that I'm a man and we're dumb and blah, 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 because we're not, you know. We are men, you know, as if there's any guys watching this, we are men and we should be, you know, held to high standards. You know, I mean, all of us should be held to high standards, but men, whether you want to believe this or not, because we're in 2019 and equality and all that, I understand. But a man's got to do his job. A man's got to do a job. I'm just going to say it. A man's got to do his job. And I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. But set an example. Let me get a drink. Hold on. As you see, I was sweating a little bit from the walk. But you probably heard that earlier in the video. But a man's got to lead by example. A woman's got to lead by example. The kids these days, I don't want to say because I'm getting to be an old man. Kids these days, they don't get it. Some kids lead by example. And we can be proud of those kids that lead by example. Some don't. Teenagers are still growing and learning and not knowing what the hell they're doing and not where they're going or anything like that. So it's up to us as adults, I would say. Up to us as adults to take a leadership role and do those small things. And pardon me. Woo! Maybe I shouldn't have drinking that water. Edit, time out, let's cut that. No, we're not. But anyway, do the small things. Do the small things, especially as adults. And I've got to learn, I feel like I've been a kid up until, I'm only 28, I think now, plus 20 or something. But anyways, I feel like I've been a kid. I've been through these things and never really taken a leadership role or taken, where people can look up to me or whatever. At least I feel that way. Maybe people have, I don't know. Or maybe my kids have, I don't know. But I feel like we as adults need to, pardon the wind again, I apologize for that. Getting a little shaky and blowing here. But we as adults need to take some leadership, need to take some responsibility. Kids are kids and they shouldn't be acting up towards parents, And I heard about this in church this week too, about how some kids just talk to their parents these days. That shouldn't be happening. So let's, as adults and parents, maybe just correct our actions. Start doing those small things. Have an attitude of gratitude. Start helping other people. Lead by example. Let's leave a legacy for our children, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren of being better people. Let's be better people. If you're with your kids, or you're with even any other people that might be younger than you that look up to you, do those small things, acts of kindness. Sorry, I apologize. But I know I'm bad. Like, I get mad in the car or whatever, my kid's with me, and now he's driving, and I hear him like getting upset at the way other people were driving. I'm like, oh, dude, don't worry about it, don't sweat it. And I'm just like, oh man, that's totally me. That's totally me. So I'm just showing really bad, what's it called? Leadership or whatever. I'm setting a bad example. That's the word I'm looking for. Bad example or words I'm looking for. So I need to work on it. I hope maybe you can work on it, think about it. And if you just start your day off right and think about those little things that you can do just to help other people, maybe guide our children, guide other people that might look up to you, saying nice things to each other, staying off of social media, unless you're posting something good, positive. I've get caught trying to be funny. I've had people say, well, why are you shaming somebody? Okay, all right, everybody gets their panties in a bunch if you shame somebody, whatever. We all want to have fun. I try not to show somebody's face or something or say anybody's name or anything like that. If I post something, it's just supposed to be funny, So that's that. That's it. But let's think about our attitude, how we're leading by example, the things that we're doing. Are we lifting other people up? Are we saying good things? Are we using our communication in good ways that when we do it, somebody else is going to do it and reciprocate, or move it on like a snowball, like an avalanche. It's coming down the mountain, So let's try that. Let's try that if you could. What do you think? What do you think? I'm looking for your feedback too. It's good, man. Go by my website, GuGoGene.com, GuGoGene.com. It's in the description of this video. You can go by my site, scroll to the bottom. You can leave a comment that comes right to my email. Nobody else sees it anywhere if you want, or you can leave a comment right on the YouTube, or if you see it catch it on Facebook or anywhere else, leave a comment. I like your ideas. I like your feedback. I appreciate it. Maybe there's things that I could be doing even better to lead by example, and I'll go with it. I'll go with it. To be honest, I love the feedback. You know what I mean? So hey, let's do that today. If you could, or whenever you're watching this, whenever you're catching this, just I hope it makes you think a little bit. I hope it makes you think a lot. I hope it makes you get into action, to get up and get out and do something. You know, getting up and getting out isn't necessarily running around the lake as much anymore for me. It's just more about just focusing on helping people, you know, to do the right thing, to do good things. All right. So if we can lay off the keyboard a little bit, unless you're posting positive stuff, you know, you don't have to argue with everybody. You don't have to belittle other people, you know, or name call or anything like that. Let's lead by example, especially if you're an adult, which I would think most of my friends, you know, are adults. I know I have some young people that follow me, and I hope they get inspired and motivated by my videos and get out there and do some things, you know, do whatever you got to do in society to help out. All right. So how about that? Sorry, it's long. That's the way I like to do it. You know, the train gets rolling, man, and I get going. So it's all the small things. All right. All the small things, like this video is just a small thing, just a little piece of my day that I'm able to give to hopefully help somebody else. So you think about all the small things you can do, you know, today, tomorrow, the next day, to help somebody else out. And believe me, it'll make you feel better, it'll make somebody else feel better, and hopefully it'll just snowball. And nothing's ever gonna be perfect, you know, nothing's ever gonna be perfect. And I think I started this video saying that most people don't want our help, you know, but I think we need to keep going with it, you know. It doesn't have to be direct, we don't need to really tell somebody what they need to be doing, you know, and I've been guilty of that, you know, just trying to help a little too much, being a little too hard, a little too pushy. So I'm gonna think about it. I hope you can think about it, just starting with little small things, like, hey, what can I do today? That's a small thing that'll help, you know, that person in need get to where they need to be, okay? So think about that today. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment wherever you're watching this. Get by my website, GuGo Gene, check it out. I think all my links I put in the description on my YouTube on each video, so check it out. All right, and come by, just leave a comment somewhere, let me know what you think, you know, share these videos, that type of thing. Let's help somebody else out. I hope I start, you know, a snowball effect or an avalanche. I hope I'm the tipping point for somebody else to get to where they need to go, you know, whether it's through me or it's through somebody else, or, you know, 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever, you know. So think about that. I'm gonna jump now. I appreciate you guys for watching this. Please share. Let's help some people today and do those small things, all right? Peace and chicken grease. Love you guys. See ya.